Have you ever heard about the Polish mathematician who helped crack the Nazis' unbreakable code? Or how a top-secret British team of codebreakers saved countless lives during World War II? If not, you are about to be amazed. Welcome to my channel. Today we will reveal the truth behind the man who created the world's first computer and why he is considered the father of artificial intelligence. You won't believe what he did before the world even knew about him. It all started when the Nazis invaded Poland in 1939 and captured a German encryption machine called Enigma. The Germans had thought that their technology was unbreakable, but the Poles were onto something. They realized that if they could figure out how to break the code, they could read every German military message. This could help them win the war. So they assembled a group of mathematicians and cryptographers to tackle the problem. They worked day and night to develop new techniques and machines that could crack the Enigma code, and their efforts paid off. One of the team's most valuable discoveries was that the Enigma machine had a weakness. Its rotors could be arranged in any order, which limited the number of possible combinations. This meant that if they could figure out the correct rotor order, they could decode any message. Unfortunately, the war was raging and the Germans were closing in on Poland. So the Poles had to flee, but before they left, they hid their research and fled to Britain. There they met a man named Alan Turing. Turing was a brilliant mathematician who had already made a name for himself in the field of cryptography. He was part of the team at Bletchley Park responsible for breaking the German military codes. When Turing learned about the Poles' discovery, he was skeptical at first, but after examining the Enigma machine himself, he realized that they were onto something big. With the help of Polish mathematician Marian Rejewski, Turing and his team were able to build a machine that could test thousands of Enigma's possible settings in just a few minutes. This machine, called a bomba, was the world's first programmable computer. It consisted of several interconnected parts, including a perforated tape, a reader, a series of gears and wheels, and a printer. The tape contained holes that represented different characters, numbers, and symbols. As the tape moved through the reader, it triggered a series of mechanical movements that simulated the Enigma machine's rotors. The gears and wheels then processed the signals, and the printer produced the corresponding characters, numbers, and symbols. With this machine, the team could quickly and efficiently test different rotor orders and find the one that matched the encrypted message. But building the bomba was just the beginning. Turing and his team had to figure out how to use it effectively. They needed a way to represent the vast number of possible rotor orders in a way that the machine could process. Turing solved this problem by creating a series of algorithms and tables that converted the rotor orders into a numerical code. These codebooks allowed the bomba to test thousands of possibilities in a matter of minutes, drastically speeding up the decryption process. But the team faced another challenge: the sheer volume of German messages. Every day the Germans sent thousands of messages that needed to be decoded. Turing and his team worked tirelessly to improve the bomba and its algorithms, eventually developing a more advanced version called the Bomb Mark II. This new machine was much faster and could handle a much larger volume of messages. It had a much faster printing mechanism that could produce the results of a calculation in less than a second, making it much easier for the team to identify the correct rotor order. The team also developed new algorithms that allowed the bomba to test more possibilities and reduce the number of false positives. These improvements allowed Turing and his team to stay ahead of the Germans and keep reading their messages throughout the war. But the impact of their work went far beyond just breaking the Enigma code. The techniques and technologies developed by Turing and his team laid the foundation for modern computers and cryptography. For example, the bomba was one of the first machines to use a stored program, a set of instructions that could be inputted into a machine to perform a specific task. This concept is fundamental to modern computers and is used in everything, from smartphones to space probes. Similarly, the algorithms developed by Turing and his team are still used today to encrypt and decrypt messages, protect data, and secure communications. Unfortunately, the contributions of these codebreakers remained top secret for many years. In fact, it wasn't until the 1970s that the British government declassified the role of Bletchley Park in breaking the Enigma code. And it wasn't until the 1990s that Turing's role in developing the first computer was recognized. So how did Turing's work impact the outcome of World War II? Historians estimate that the work done at Bletchley Park, including the development of the bomb, may have shortened the war by 2 years. This means that hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives may have been saved because of Turing's work. The code-breaking efforts at Bletchley Park helped the Allies to anticipate and prepare for many German military actions, such as the invasion of Normandy. By reading German messages, the Allies were able to track the movement of German troops, monitor their plans, and anticipate their attacks. This gave the Allies a crucial advantage and helped them to win many important battles. Additionally, the intelligence gained from the Enigma code helped the Allies to develop new weapons and strategies that would ultimately lead to Germany's defeat. For example, the Allies were able to develop radar systems that could detect incoming aircraft and missiles, which helped them to defend against surprise attacks. They also used the intelligence to develop new methods of encryption that were more secure than Enigma, which helped to keep their own communications safe from German spies. Overall, the work done by Turing and his team of codebreakers at Bletchley Park was a critical factor in the Allied victory in World War II. Their efforts helped to save countless lives, shorten the war, and shape the course of history. But Turing's contributions to science and technology didn't stop there. After the war, he continued to work on developing new ideas and concepts that would push the boundaries of what was possible. He explored the idea of a universal machine that could simulate any other machine, and he developed some of the first ideas for artificial intelligence. Sadly, Turing's career was cut short when he was prosecuted for homosexuality in 1952. He died in 1954 at the age of 41, but his legacy lives on. Turing's work has inspired generations of scientists, mathematicians, and computer programmers to explore the limits of what is possible and to use their skills to make the world a better place. In recent years, there has been a growing effort to recognize Turing's contributions and to commemorate his life and work. In 2019, the British government issued a posthumous pardon to Turing, acknowledging that he was persecuted for something that is now legal and accepted. There are now several museums and memorials dedicated to Turing's life and work, and his story continues to be told in books, documentaries, and films. Turing's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can triumph. Despite the challenges and persecution he faced, Turing never gave up on his work, and he never stopped believing in the power of science and technology to make a positive impact on the world. His story is an inspiration to us all, and his legacy will continue to live on for generations to come. And you know what, guys? If you want to see more interesting videos like this one, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss any future uploads. Thanks for watching.